Hello, my dears. I will propose today a subject called How to Invoice Smartly and Effortlessly in 2024. Why is that and why I'm proposing this? Just because starting with 1st of January 2024, as you all may know, I mean all those that you already have a business here in Romania, there is a new invoicing system that was imposed, let's say, by the Romanian authorities in case that you have Romanian clients. So stick with us and I will explain you what it is and how you should proceed with this type of raw e-invoice. First of all, let's see what is raw e-invoice. As you all may guess, a raw e-invoice, it's an electronic way of submitting the invoice to fiscal authorities instead of the usual one on the paper. Why is this different, new, and so on? Just because you can download, you can store, you can do whatever you want with that electronic invoice, and you have access to that electronic invoice anytime. You don't need to be physically somewhere to see the invoice. You just download it from your SPV and that's all. Let's see a little bit who sends raw e-invoice here in Romania. Of course, all the companies and all the PFAs and NGOs and so on that have a direct connection, or they have clients, other companies, of course, on Romanian's territory. We are not speaking here about other type of clients. So we are speaking about Romanian clients, company to company, Romanian clients. Another category that is obliged to send this type of e-invoice is company to consumer, that type of relationship, but in HoReCa field where are used holidays vouchers, because holidays vouchers are given by the government and they want to see when and how they were used. Who is not obliged to transmit this e-invoice? There is one category, meaning companies and other types of PFAs, NGOs and so on, which have as client a company or an individual or so on from outside Romania, sorry. So transactions companies to companies that are outside Romania. Also, the relationship between company to consumer, in case in which the consumer is an individual, a physical person. These two are the only categories that should not send e-invoice. How does this raw e-invoice help? On one hand, this helps the government to see when an invoice is issued and if it's declared or not in real time, and on the other hand helps, let's say, the taxpayer, you as company, to reduce the risk for non-recovery the money that you have from a certain client. Basically, for example, if you have debts that are unpaid to ANAF and those debts, the ANAF can see that you have some invoices that are not paid, they might want to send directly to them to be paid. So it's a good thing as well. what are the disadvantages of this raw e-invoice? First of all, the highly cost of implementing this kind of system, because we are not talking here about small companies. We are talking about big companies which maybe did not have this kind of project on their projection of cash flow and so on. That is why the biggest cost that they might have is on the biggest company. Of course, everybody is affected, but the biggest company the most. Also, another disadvantage is the risk of the fine, because starting with 1st of April, they can send fines. It's not something certain. We'll see if indeed we'll have some fine, but they might send some fine. And now, because we have talked about the fines and the penalties, let's see. Starting with 1st of April, the fine, it will be 15% of the invoiced amounts that are not declared on the e-invoice system. But starting with 1st of July, because this is another term that is mandatory for the companies, if you do not send the invoices or download the invoices that you receive from e-invoice system, then you have 15% of the whole amount received from and that you did not download it from the e-invoice system. So be really careful. They can apply fines. We'll see how they can check this on how they can apply this, but they can do it. If they will do it or not, I will let you know during this year. What do you need for raw e-invoice? If you are already in Romania or you have a company here in Romania, I believe that you already know, but I will point it out to be clear for everybody. First of all, you need an invoicing program. It will be ideal to have an invoicing program that is compatible with enough files in order to send it automatically. If not, you just can use the enough invoicing program to see if it works for you. Another thing that you need is an electronic signature, because this is mandatory. Here in Romania, the tendency is to have electronic signature instead of the stamp. And of course, access to SPV. SPV means virtual private space. And to this, usually at this moment, only the accountants had the access. Now, basically, it's mandatory for everybody. And now see how you can invoice smartly and effortlessly in 2024, because this was the name of the video and that is what I promised in the beginning. This is due to our experts, and because you can use MBV as a collaborator for this part, what you can do is this: give us a power of attorney for accessing virtual private space, and also for making the e-invoice in your behalf. After that, take one of our abonnements to see if it's suitable for you. And of course, if you need an accountant that needs to download and also upload all the invoices, we will do it in your behalf. You can sign an accounting contract with our company. You can have all this only by contacting us and by saying what you need and what are your needs. One of our experts will call you and establish together with you what is your exactly need, and you will receive an offer exactly for what you asked for. So stay with us. This raw e-invoice, it will be really fast for you, no fines, no errors, and I don't know, for some reason, if there is, it will be an error, MBV will take care of it and you don't need to worry. If it's something that we need to pay because it was our fault and our mistake, MBV will assume that error and mistake, and we will pay in your behalf. So we are responsible, we are correct, and we are trying to give you a really good quality service. Stick with us, leave us some comments in the comment area, and if you have any other subject that you want us to develop, be my guest and let it on the comment area. Subscribe and a very big like. Thank you very much.